All right. Hello. Uh, so this is our session 0. Just in case anyone decides to join the campaign late, we have this little background. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the worlds, and you can ask some questions, and then we will build our characters. Okay. So this is the world of...
Give him to Jonah and Winnie.
Hi, JJ!
Just says hi. He says hi.
He didn't look at me. I was waving at him obnoxiously. How dare he?
I don't know. He wasn't even paying attention.
Take the dog out.
No.
This is, welcome to the world of Aeaea. Aeaea. Woo! Okay.
Aeaea.
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 Okay. So here's my little spiel. This is a land that's overgrown and filled with ruins. Electricity machines no longer work here. Every once in a great while, a machine is found that may work, but it's very rare. The world used to be run by technology. Computers, everything was electronic. But some source like a giant EMP destroyed everything, and society had to start again. The world was re-enveloped by nature. For some reason, magic that was thought to be a myth has started to reemerge, and the age of magic has begun. It's been about 200 years, and magic is still developing. Those with magic have made themselves the upper class, and while some help others and follow like a set rules, others choose to make their own rules. So, in this campaign, basically, you're on a continent, and with some small islands that are like around it. For our setting, there is... It's kind of like a post-apocalyptic world where like it used to be a big city, big continent, everything, kind of like we are now, but with all the races of D&D, so... And anything that was there isn't because of magic, it's because of evolution. Or so they think. Magic was a myth, and now after this apocalypse that happened where like a EMP kind of thing happened and a bit of a sundering because some of the land masses like moved around, World of Warcraft cataclysm style. The land masses changed. So you will find in this is different areas. I kind of have a really shitty map that I just drew. But basically, you have a mountain range and a cold area. And then you have a big crack down the continent that has a river that ends an outlet where there's a sunken city of the old world stuff and volcanoes. There's an area with extreme tropics and forests. There's an area with plains. There's a great desert. There's like fire islands.
Definitely don't call it Fire Island.
I'm not going to call it Fire Island. Technology is so scarce. Like to find technology that actually works, it's like an ancient relic. Like basically there is a new mythos or religion surrounding technology, and so there's like a technological church, we'll say. There's a big island that's called the Heap that used to literally be a garbage dump, but people from Old Town will go and scavenge through this island to try and find relics that will help them in everyday life. There's a new city where the new elites are. There's special islands. There's a convict island. But basically the gist is that we have these certain sections and we can fiddle around if you want to be from a certain climate or a certain section. But everyone scavenges for this old technology. There's no real books. It's a very hard one to get... information.
Sorry, there would be books because books aren't digital, right?
There's
There just wouldn't be.
most things were digital. It's rare to find a book.
Okay.
They have begun making paper and stuff now.
Okay.
So the thing is that magic is still new, so it's developing. So some of the spells that you're used to aren't going to be here. Like no long range teleportation spells, no flying long distances. Some of the higher end spells, we're going to treat it as in you are going to have to make them, learn them, discover them. Same with like mechanics, like high end mechanics, like guns or giant clockwork things.
Airships, vehicles, yeah.
So it's kind of like we're starting the magic age of the world. I kind of see it as like a cylindrical thing. Like there's an age of technology, now there's an age of magic. Does that make sense?
Does that mean that also there could be ancient magic that existed before the technology, so you could still find like ancient magic items because they just would have been pre the technology cycle? Okay.
Yeah. Does any of that make sense? Does that sound okay to everybody?
Yeah.
Questions? Concerns?
No, not really.
Okay. I'm going to take a picture of my really, really shitty little map.
Yeah, that actually works for me. Because, with that, I'm assuming it's probably okay to be part of a, like, group that basically follows nature and everything.
Absolutely.
That thinks, nature's awesome.
Okay. I will put up my little map.
Those technology boys are wrong.
Well, nature has basically started to take over the world again. Like, so you'll find a lot of ruins, a lot of, like, old cities that are just covered in forests, like they've reclaimed it. And, like I said, there is a sunken city, because of the way that the land masses are. Yes,
Wow.
It is a horrible, horrible picture.
Important question, though.
Everybody look at my horrible picture.
Where are we looking at it?
I put it in the the D&D chat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sorry. So, the way I'm saying is you guys
No, I
are
love
kind of
it.
stuck.
I love the little kraken thing.
Yeah, you guys are kind of stuck because around the coasts, further out, I'm pointing my screen like you can see it. There's like downed ships. There's the storm, like this whole, like, so you're kind of landlocked. Like eventually you'll be able to get out, but you'll have to figure your way out.
I will say you are going to name things, right? Like so right now we have
going to name things.
Old Town, New City, the Star.
This was my conceptual, because I figured that we would be changing things as you guys came up with your characters. If you want to help me name the place where you're from, like if you see there's like a layer system where the range is what I consider like the mountains are there, and that's a really cold area. We have the one small patch of good farming land, the big great forest, which is going to be like a thick dense jungle, which is dangerous, but also like it separates like a lot of the good stuff.
Forest or jungle? Because that is two different things. Forest has bears. Jungle has like cheetahs and cobras.
Why would you make a distinction when we're in D&D?
Tigers, yes, thank you. Tigers and panthers, yes.
And I say, it is very dangerous swath of trees, many, many miles long, with lots of dangerous creatures.
Okay.
Is that a jungle? Is it a forest? What do you think? There's also scary plants. It's very dangerous. And then we have
just to boggle Kyle, you're like, it's a little bit of both.
Yes, exactly. I didn't write the volcano, but that's towards the end. And after the forest, it starts to, like, you lose the water almost. So it becomes plains, and then it becomes desert. And then you see my little fire islands towards the bottom. The sunken city is partially where, like, the continent cracked. So that's underwater, or mostly submerged underwater. And that fork is the tower of technology. which is, in the new city where, like, the aristocrats, govern, and where the new religion is. And then we have, like, obviously docks and what I call the dunes, which is like beaches and places. But yeah, the heap is up there. Like I said, this was just like a beginning drawing, so we can, if we want to change something, you want to name where you're from, we can do that. Hi, Andy.
Yeah, Andy says it's a rainforest, and I'm like, yes, but a rainforest is not technically a forest; it's a jungle. If you go by like habitats, so
Not even technically. I'm pretty sure that's just a jungle, isn't it?
what?
Wouldn't a rainforest just be a jungle?
I think the rainforest is a jungle. It's not a forest.
They call it a forest, though, so fuck you, Kyle.
Yeah, a jungle is a type of dense rainforest.
So it's all the same, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just the climate, because jungles are warmer and forests are colder as a typical thing.
So all jungles are rainforests, but not all rainforests are jungles. There you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I learned something new today.
Okay. I want to kind of go last because I'm not creating a new character per se. I'm modifying one of like 8 characters I want to play as. So if you guys go first, then that might help me eliminate some of my stuff. And then, yeah, that's my thought.
I'm currently torn on what my alignment should be.
Okay. Alignment can be what race and class are you? That's all I care about.
Yeah, I'm a Loxodon. I'm a Loxodon bard, taking the College of Lore. And yeah, I think I'm going with the whole part of a following that nature is, just the bee's knees, and you should this whole technology thing. I mean, why go back to that? Nature gives you all you need, and it's not necessarily it's not necessarily an easy life, but it works better with the world when you work with nature.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with lawful good, actually.
Okay.
I am a good lass.
Mm-hmm. Did you get the D&D Beyond campaign invite? I pinned it.
Yes, I'm actually. Yeah, I'm in it.
Green thumb.
If you notice in your little journal, I put under PCs, I put your names. You can change them to when you name your characters. I gave you control of those. Also, you'll notice that I have a tab that's called Player Info. And, you put it in there. You couldn't stand it being mysterious notes. Oh, no, wait, they are mysterious notes. But so you have a place for notes, loot, and quests.
What? Oh, okay.
Why do you say it like that, Kyle?
Well, why do they have... I guess because you could have different types of notes. I was wondering why there was a paper inside of a folder when the only thing in the... Like, you don't need... No, it's okay. Ignore me. Like, we're not going to have different types of loot, so I don't know that we need, like, subsections of loot, is all I was questioning.
Well, you could have party loot or individual loot. I don't know.
Okay.
I gave them folders. Deal with it.
I said never mind the second I said it, so...
And everyone has control of those?
I'm going to keep it minimized at all times, or else it'll bother me.
Okay. Well, you do you, baby.
Marcus, do you have a couple ideas? Do you have one idea? What are you thinking?
I am thinking really, really hard right now. About okay, first of all, I'm trying to think about like my race first of all.
Yes.
Because I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to do a regular race or like a homebrew race or I don't know what.
I'm going to say, well, let's have a looky-loo. I will pretend to make a character. Shall I? I'll send myself my own link. Oops. Ba-do-ba-do-ba-do.
I'm assuming we can be anywhere from this, like,
Yes.
place. I'm
Gonna
thinking
say-
since I am elephant person, then I'm probably from the plains area then.
The one thing I will say about doing homebrew races is we will have to double check them because I downloaded a bunch of homebrew races that I thought just looked cool, and I later found out by looking closer that a lot of them are not balanced and they're OP as heck.
Yeah.
Like
That's homebrew.
well, because there's some homebrew that is balanced, but yeah. But there is actually, for example, I think I have two different types of jellies on here. There is an official jelly now, so the official jelly is good, but the homebrew jelly, which Sean played as once, basically let him like every time he killed a monster, he could then raise it as a zombie, and then he could just do that like infinite times. So if he killed 20 bad guys, he just have 20 minions, and I'm like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just stick with a regular race.
Okay. Everyone can see it. So what I'm gonna do is, I say you can click everything on this except Rick and Morty content. I'm not gonna allow optional class features. You can customize your origin. We're gonna do milestone.
Everything else is
Everything
good,
else is good.
Oh, I think we usually ignore coin weight. Yeah.
Fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It doesn't. Honestly, I'm not a big stickler on encumbrance. That's just the way I roll.
Yeah, me either.
Actually,
I don't think I've ever met a GM who's like, nah, I think I'm the closest to like kind of worrying about encumbrance.
Well, here's the thing: if you're a fairy and you're trying to like carry like 4,000 pounds of stuff in your little knapsack, you're not gonna be able to move. But for most parties, you're gonna get a bag of holding. You're gonna distribute stuff. You know, you're not gonna, unless we find a giant gem the size of a house and you try to carry it. I think you're gonna be good for the most part. Like, don't try to put that in your bag.
Yeah.
that's interesting. Why is that the case?
So, classes. Like I said, some things, all the races are available. Just know that, like, if you're a Dragonborn, it's not because you're magic. You just evolved that way. You know what I mean? So it's like things were explained like anything that's not magical. Like, your flame breath isn't magic. It's a gland that sparks and you expel gas. You know what I mean?
Duragar aren't casting invisibility, they just turn invisible.
They're chameleons, you know? So we're just starting down the magic landscape, and we're going to have to learn as we go. Like, it's developing. So, there's an explanation for everything. But like, I guess if you really wanted to, like, if you want to be from the sunken city, we could, figure out a homebrew version of a mermaid or a siren for you. I mean, we do have, whatchamacallits that are pretty close. Triton. So,
See a lot.
and we're just going to say, if you have anything to deal with, like, transportation, you can't transport yourself long distances or fly very long distances. Because I'm trying to keep you contained within the continent for now, at least. You may have quests that will take you elsewhere, but for now, you're contained. People don't know what's outside of the continent. There are ships for, like, localized trading and stuff like that. Okay. We're starting at level 3.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, well, looking at my little tiny map I gave you, do any of the like sections like call out to you? And maybe like you can pick a zone, and then that'll help you figure out like, oh, maybe that zone would be best for an Aarakocra or a Nasamar, or a Beholder's kind of silly, but you could figure it out.
Uh, hmm. I see the great forest,
Mm-hmm.
the plains, and what's that? The new city?
The new city is the their most like industrialized city so far. So that's where the most magical people, like the aristocrats, are. That's like the ruling city. Old town is like where the regular people live. So anyone with like high magics and power live there. Also, that's where the technological tower is, the base of the religion for technology, because basically technology has been lost, so they pray to the technology god if they find something like technological and they want it to keep working, because they don't really understand it. You know what I mean?
What's the range?
The range of how big this place is.
No. There's a
Oh.
place called the Range.
Yeah, there's like mountains next to Ye Old Town, and then a place called the Range, and then like an aspen.
That is so it's mountains, and that is like a giant part of the landmass that is just like frozen and cold. I kind of, in my mind, I'm like, dwarves and people who like cold shit live there.
It's a mountain range.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the mountain range kind of cuts it off, so it's a little bit more like cloistered away from everybody else, but you can still get there. It's just hard. And the heap is kind of like the old scrap yard island that, was once a dump, but now it's like the place. Like, I picture people from Ye Old Town like rowing boats over there every day as a job to look through things, to try to find like artifacts that would be useful, to try to learn about the past. So like there'd probably be like scholars that are sent there to try and, because they're trying to relearn how to make things, because everything was on technology. They didn't keep a lot of books around. Like, books are rare and you can find them, but because everything was so like electricity technology run, like they kept all the files on there and stuff. I just figured, oh, we'll just look it up whenever we need something. We'll look it up, and then you can't look up anything now.
Yeah, Jess, you definitely turned content sharing on, right?
I did.
So I feel like some of the races are missing. Maybe I'm just crazy.
You could be. I mean, I don't think I own the most recent book, but other than
Yeah.
that,
Not counting that one. Let's see.
That book doesn't come out till next month anyway, don't it?
I don't know.
Which one?
Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse.
No, she means Call of the Netherdeep.
Yeah.
Oh.
We don't own that one.
So.
Oh, I'm thinking about source books, not adventure books. My bad.
Yeah.
So we have the Great Desert, we have the Fire Islands, which are to the south, the Plains, the Sunken City, the Great Forest. We have like a farming town. I would say the scrappers and like normal people tend to live around Old Town, and maybe some of the scholars and stuff like that. We have ports along the river, towards the bottom, like in between like the Sunken City and the Great Desert. Those are actually like volcanoes. The river doesn't really continue down. It kind of flows out into the Sunken City and just kind of like. And I have what's called the dunes, which I imagine like a beachy area, like more like merchants and uptowns and like where the rich people live, the country estates. But like I said, any of this is, movable. And I also did like a little convict island. I didn't name it though.
Australia.
I'm sorry.
I'm joking.
What'd you say?
I said Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Australia.
No, the reason, the mistake I was making was that I forgot that races have like sub races.
Mhm.
So like I was looking for like Drow, Duragar, things like that, and I'm like, duh, Drow is a type of elf and Duragar is a type of dwarf. Yeah, so duh.
Yeah, so I did like cold, really like fire, water, air. You know, gotta get
They're a heart.
all of them in there.
I guess I'll share some of my thoughts. And maybe you guys can tell me what you think is cool or lame. So
And you guys can always help me name things. Like if you know what area you want to be from, you can help me name it. You know.
So actually, yeah, I was thinking the whole like nature group that I was following was called Followers of the Green Path.
Followers of the Green Path.
It's kind of basic, but I always like that.
what about the parts of nature that aren't green? Are you against that?
Yes, adamantly. No, no, we would support nature in all forms. Very, very, very hippie way of
I'm
life.
just gonna call you a nature cult and followers of the Green Path. Perfect.
Yes, that is more than fine.
That's what my notes are.
Yeah.
And you think you'll be from the plains?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping, like, northern side of the plains where we're close to the forest as well.
Okay.
That way there's a little bit of kind of either or going on.
Sounds good.
I haven't chosen my race yet, but I kind of narrowed down what classes I might play.
Okay. What were you thinking?
Right now I'm kind of between druid, ranger, and rogue. I feel like they speak to me the most for the setting.
Mm-hmm.
Ranger can't do optional class features, though. Makes me sad.
Oh yeah, you're right. No ranger.
Why? What's in the ranger that you want to do that's optional?
Crap, I forgot.
Hunter's Mark.
Oh,
It's
the
always
one.
Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
100 mark isn't optional.
Yeah, it is.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's optional. The base form is favorite enemy, and it replaces favorite enemy, but it's an optional class feature.
Okay.
Oh no! That's not Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark is a spell.
Oh,
I'm
you're talking about
thinking of-
we're talking about favorite foe.
Favorite
favorite
foe
foe.
versus yeah.
I always confuse the two. Again, I blame 4th edition.
Uh,
Or no, they called it Quarry, I think. So the same deal.
I still
think it
wouldn't.
marked them and everything.
I think that if as long as you could play like a revised ranger over a regular ranger, I think there's still good ranger stuff.
Yeah. See, I like favorite foe, but I'm a fool who takes Beastmaster.
Mm-hmm.
I just like having pets.
Yeah.
This character, if just is okay with it, I intend to conjure things like a crazy person.
That's fine. Just
Yes.
make sure everything you conjure, you have to send me a token for.
Oh man,
You be token it.
I'm gonna send some weird shit.
That's
So many weird tokens, just like, well, you can't summon this. I'm like, but you said I could summon it if I sent you a token.
You gotta follow the rules.
Let me get a Tarask real quick.
And say, can't you? It's for you. Summoning things doesn't have to be things that you've seen.
I would assume it's things I've
Yeah.
seen. I'm actually probably gonna stick with just like probably jungle and plains animals.
Okay. Sounds good.
Also, there is indeed. I looked it up just to make sure. There is indeed a African elephant. It's called the African forest elephant. That are they they live in the rainforests, so
Nice.
that works.
Perfect.
Hmm. I just needed a backstory.
Okay. So if you're going to be a rogue, and
Rogues are fun.
you said rogue, ranger, or what else?
Druid.
A druid.
Oh man,
Um,
Druid.
druid.
Join the followers of the Green Path.
Nice.
Oh yeah, wait. You said you're a lore bard. Do lore bards really get summoning spells?
Yes, if you take them,
I see.
you can. Yeah, I'll take Conjure Fey. All that good stuff.
Oh yeah,
Or not
because of
Conjure
magical
Fey,
secrets.
Conjure Animals. Yeah, yeah. Magical Secrets is so good for just like let's add some flavor. Also, I don't know if the Selesnya guild adds conjure spells to my list. They might.
Okay.
Let me
So
check
for
on that.
rogues, you could have a lot of options. So there's definitely going to be underbelly of Yield Town for sure. I am going to name everything, but for now it's Yield Town. That's going to deal with selling and offshooting technology, because obviously the ones with magical powers, the good and the bad, want the technology. Anyone with technology, like, it sells really, really well, and they tend to kind of hoard it to themselves. You know what I mean? It should go towards the betterment of everybody, but people in power, my man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Also, like I said, you could be from the heap, or you could go over to the heap to scavenge or whatever. You could be part of that underbelly. Also, you could be a rogue in the sense where you maybe are a child of someone with magical powers, so you're from New City, but you don't have magical powers yourself. And you could make that part of your backstory, or maybe you're, if depending on what kind of rogue you want to be, maybe you're a trickster and you have some magical powers. You are part of the underbelly of the New City. You could be from the docks. Lots of trickstery things to go around there. You could be someone from the convict island that escaped. You could, there's lots of things you could do. You could be something to do with the techno religion. Like maybe since they need someone to procure their technology in whatever way possible, they believe they should have all of it,
Mm. Thinking.
So, on my side, guess, I guess based on our previous oh wait, no, yeah, I'll keep it open.
Keep it open. No one wants to be a paladin from the techno tower.
I was thinking about that.
Thing is that, yeah, the problem with that is that if you're going to do, I don't know how Paladin of Techno Tower would work, or Cleric of Techno Tower either, because there are technological spells in D&D because of the Unearthed Arcana, but
We could just flavor regular spells. Just because you're
Oh.
a follower of technology and are trying to get all the technology and you believe in the technological god doesn't mean all your powers are technological.
Yeah.
You know?
An Artificer probably would also fall into that same kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could bring Brooklyn back since Brooklyn never got to go anywhere.
What is Brooklyn?
So I have a character named Brooklyn Elwinell. He was an Aasimar that was kicked out of the celestial plane for being too inquisitive and always asking too many questions, and he wouldn't follow orders and stuff. and he was obsessed with the material plane and mortals and stuff like that. And so now he's on the material plane, and he's obsessed with machines and technology. So he becomes an artificer, and he kind of rejects like the magical way of doing things and is about like the technological way of doing things. And he's like, yeah. So that's what he was.
Nice.
And he was in a campaign we were doing, but the campaign only got to level 5, and then the campaign stopped existing. So I could definitely revert him from 5 back to 3.
Yeah. So Kyle, the Celestia Guild does give me access to conjure minor elementals at 4th level, but I do also take magical secrets that gives me conjure spells.
Okay. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Jess about maybe doing a vampire. So they were a snake person, a Yuan Ti. Then they became a vampire, and so they're a vampire snake. And their class is gunslinger. So I don't know how well. Just that guns might not work very well in this world.
For the way that I see it is that things like that would be very, very rare. You'd basically have to build them yourself, and you'd have to find out. You'd have to collect the knowledge to do that and learn the skills. So I don't think that he could have a gun right away like he wants. That's all I'm saying.
So I'd start out with like a bow and arrow, and then eventually I'd have to build a gun, and so on and so forth.
Hmm.
I have right now. I kind of have a couple of characters that might be able to fit. I don't know. I have one that I named Gelato. She's a monk druid. And I don't even know how to explain because I just made her off the top of my head. I never made a backstory for her. But now I could give her one. Yay. Maybe if I go with her.
You know what might be fun? I have a completely randomly generated character, and then every level I randomly generate the new thing. So, and obviously I build that into the thing somehow. I'd be like, there's a reason that his shit is completely random. He can't really make his own choice. It's gonna be like a fate or destiny thing. But
it'd be so underpowered.
Well, no. This isn't the one that's like this isn't the one that's one level and everything. That's not what I'm talking about. This one is that I rolled the stats. I rolled for gender. I rolled for race. I rolled for class. Then every level up, evens, keeping the same class, odds, multi-class, and then so on and so forth. So like at level 3, he is a Goliath, and his class, he's 1 level cleric, 1 level artificer, 1 level sorcerer. So that's what. And then when he got to 4th level and so on and so forth, I'd keep randomly rolling for things.
Why would you do that to yourself? Why? Okay.
Oh, so I might have missed this, but how is nature working
So
in this?
nature, pretty much every place is overrun with plants and stuff. There's ruins everywhere, so a lot of things have been reclaimed. So if you're worried about nature, don't be. There's nature fucking everywhere. I think that for the most part, like things that were curated, like they've cleared out farmland, and there probably isn't as much nature in Nuke City, but it's almost like the nature continues to try to overtake the technology. Do you know what I mean? So it's trying to win back its land, almost. So if you like nature, boy, have we got the place for you. So it's like broken down buildings with vines and trees growing out, and like, you know, every bit of land has to be recovered, and, you know, you got to stake out your own situation. All right, while you guys are thinking, I'm going to start coming up with some things to name places, I think.
Because this is an exercise in you, I think you should name everything.
We make our own dinner.
I've already, like, I've already started to go with Greek stuff, so let's see what else I can find. Look, Aeaea. Right there, number 1.
So Jess, is there any musical instrument you care that I have, or you think that I should have as someone who's part of the plains/forest?
I don't know. I think it would be cool if you made your own out of, like, old shit that you've reclaimed. I think that would be fun.
Well, yeah, but what
Perfect.
type of instrument?
That's the thing. You could make it up. It could be like a
Oh, a wholly invented
Oh,
instrument.
I'm absolutely keeping with what I was gonna have. Which still works. In fact, it might work well with the whole like you have gathered things together to make this instrument. I chose bagpipes
nice.
because I'm a monster.
Because if you're all about reclaiming things for the forest, you could definitely reclaim old shit and be like, this is now of the forest. To have string vines and shit on it and, like, all kinds of stuff, you know?
Is there, like, any factions? Like, is there anything that's at war or in like what do you call it? Not exactly war, just even like tense between them. Like, if I was to play, say, like a spy or assassin type character, and I was sent, like, what is there a government that could send me against another government? You know, that kind of thing.
Here's the thing: this is the person or the people with the most magic run things.
Yes.
So everyone's always trying to get more magic, more technology. They're always trying to one up one another. So there could definitely be. Lord A wants to go against Lord B. They want to be more powerful. Like, we could make up houses. That's not a problem. You could have someone who's trying to do good for the city and the continent, and you could have someone who's trying to take it over through villainous means. It's, you know, it's whoever has the most magic technology controls things.
Because I had a water genasi rogue that was going to be like a piratey type character, but then I played Admiral Nardohark, so I don't want to play another pirate. So changing it into like a thief / assassin, you know, spy type. And then I was even thinking about changing the water genasi into like a jelly or ooze, because I like the idea of like, I don't know, maybe. But these are just thoughts. Just thoughts.
The sunken city is now called Aeaea.
Would you say that there, like, as far as the nature goes, there's like something like, you know, spiritual about it, or
It can definitely be. I mean, we have the followers of the Green Path who are very nature oriented. You could do spiritual, you could do, like, they believe in bringing back nature what at all costs, right? It should be the top tier. Like there should be no more technology. Is that what the followers of the Green Path are for, Wes? Or are you okay with technology?
I mean, they. I'm just shamelessly basing it off of Selesnya, which their whole thing is peace and protecting nature, and yeah, just kind of all being a big happy family kind of deal. So I don't think they'd necessarily be opposed to technology, but they would oppose technology that potentially could harm nature or interferes with how nature grows.
Mm-hmm.
Or makes life a worse place. So they wouldn't be a big fan. They would absolutely not be a big fan of technological weapons.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you're looking for spiritualism, I think that anything could be spiritual, and we could create a little faction for you anywhere you want. I also think that if you believe in the spirits of the dead and talking to the spirits and stuff, maybe the sunken city would be a good place because it could be haunted. You never know.
That's a good one. Maybe I'll do that.
Also, there's along the coast, like I said, there's a lot of downed ships. You could be part of a pirate faction if you want. Because there is a lot of trade, but you can't go too far out into the ocean because of the way that things are sundered right now, at least.
Jess.
And we're going to have to find a reason for everyone to meet.
Uh-huh. So how are you on homebrew classes?
I'd have to look at them. You send me something, I'll look at it, and then we can discuss.
Okay, so Dalton's friend came up with a a Grim Reaper type subclass, and it's a fighter substyle. Mm-hmm. So it didn't quite work on D&D Beyond because it was different stuff, and it was just in a PDF. So then I changed the PDF into how I think it would work on D&D Beyond. So it gets the same kind of stuff as a fighter, i.e. action surge, second wind, extra attacks. And it's just instead of getting the stuff that would come with, your Eldritch Knight or your Echo Knight or whatever, you get the Reaper stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I guess the first question. What's up?
I remember this.
Yeah.
You showed me this.
So I guess the first question, Jess, would be: could there be or are there, either a Ghostbuster type thing, so people that fight ghosts, or a Reaper thing where you escort souls? Does that kind of a thing exist in this world? Or could it?
What I would say is I don't know if there's technically Ghostbusters. I know that...
I don't mean literally, that was a metaphor, but yes.
I want to say there could be a lot of wayward spirits from just having such a great cataclysm happen to the world.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to help pass souls over so you can reclaim the sunken city. Maybe because you want to steal its technology, or just reclaim the land or find artifacts. You could be really into finding knowledge that may be preserved underwater.
I guess I don't want to be involved in any. This character wouldn't be about relics. It wouldn't be about finding lost things. It would literally be about when we kill people, making their souls, killing humans or enemies or monsters, whatever, making them pass on. And so it would be about the soul collection, not about the item collection. But yes.
Well,
okay,
I'm just saying a reason why this faction would have come up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you wouldn't be collecting souls, you'd be helping them pass on.
Exactly, yeah. Well, so that's the thing. They pass on eventually, but I'm pretty sure some of the abilities, yeah. So I have a soul trap, which is why I jokingly compared it to Ghostbusters because it's a ghost trap, but it's not really. It's literally just like a jar with souls, and basically I get like kind of like Monk's key points, but based on the number of enemies I've killed. You know what I mean? Like I get like I can use like 3 of them per day or whatever, something like that. Here, I'll just send. How do I send you the thing? Because I can't send you. Right now, the character's level 20 because I was just modeling it out, so I'd have to reset to 3, obviously. But if I go to my homebrew, I should be able to find it there. Yeah. Oh, I guess here's the thing. The other problem with it is I was tooling with it and I created it to tool with it when Dalton was talking to us about it. But if I was going to play it, especially on a stream, I would definitely have to ask Dalton to ask his friend, kind of a thing. Because yeah, so that's maybe not the best idea then.
So Jess,
Mm-hmm.
I have established a backstory,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'm just going with my character's basically. She's lived the village life for quite a while now, and has decided, let's go out and explore the world. Let's have some fun.
Okay.
At the tender age of 66. Loxodon live for, I think, a couple hundred years. I think that's their average lifespan.
Baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a teenager wanting to establish myself.
All right. Then what I would think, the Great Forest is really dangerous. I think the best thing you could do is make your way over to like the ports and up the river to on like a boat to go explore the other towns. Like it's pretty dangerous to go through the forest. You would of course be more attuned to the forest.
Okay.
But it's a pretty dangerous place.
That works for me. I will do just that.
Country bumpkin wants to visit the big city.
Yep. Let's see. Druid craft and light. Level spells. Take.
Any progress, Marcus, on your character?
No.
Ship. Damn.
Cool.
Person.
I can only take some comfort in knowing that you're probably just as stuck as I am.
I mean, if one of us could get unstuck, it would probably help the other.
Speak with
So let's look at
animals.
party composition wise. We are going
We
to
only have one member. You can't do party comp with one member.
That's what I'm saying is like what do you think you need to be successful?
Well, right now we have a bard, and that's a support. So we have a support.
Kyle, what were you thinking of?
I don't.
You weren't thinking of anything? Okay.
Well, I mean, I've too many options. Is my problem.
So you're probably going to need someone he's support, and he'd probably also be the face if we're thinking stat wise.
Charisma, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd probably want somewhat. We want like I guess a bard could heal, but they're not a healer, but they could be the healer.
Right. Don't
consider-
focus on the healing. I can always make this more potion, plant based, like thing.
Well, we're talking about party comp. That's all. What were you saying, Wes?
I do have healing spells actually,
Okay.
so I am a bit of a healer. I took
But-
healing word. I don't have cure wounds, so
You're gonna want like a person. Usually, you'd want like a like a hardcore spellcaster and a hardcore melee. So
Hey,
like,
I'm also melee as well. Just
Yeah.
so you know.
uh-huh. So I took out a lot of my ones that were weird. Like I took out the vampire gunslinger. I took out the random. I took out I took out Brooklyn because I think Artificer is going to be really hard in this setting. I think it could be fun, but I don't know. So the two I think are the most realistic would be my Water Rogue, or here's one that I have. I'm hesitant to use him. Is my Dragonborn Sorcerer. Jess will remember Vorprax, the one that's all about dragon rights. Jess?
I do remember them.
Okay. So, and the thing is that he's not really going to be good in a homebrew like this because I don't know that, like, one, we're on this one continent. So it's like, oh, you can't really be like, I want to establish a dragon homeland because it's one continent. And then two, doesn't sound like, I don't know, based on what, how prevalent are dragons? Like, it doesn't sound like they're just, like, all over the place. But,
I mean, you don't know that.
yeah, that's fair.
There will be plenty of Dragonborns.
I was also thinking Vorprax as a young kid Dragonborn might make a lot of sense, and like if and when I do Strixhaven at some point, Vorprax would be really good in that, I think. But so Rogue or Sorcerer. So Rogue would be my melee, my damage dealer. Sorcerer would be my spellcaster. That's probably where my mind is at.
I would say, how about, I don't know, and Marcus, do you have any preference, or are you also kind of stuck in you're not sure who you want to play as?
Yeah, I am pretty stuck. Like I said, I could probably lean more towards like maybe Druid or like Rogue or Fighter. Or maybe even play as like a Gish type character.
What's a Gish?
Huh?
What's a Gish?
A Gish is a character that uses both like magic and melee.
Is your rogue ranged or melee, or a little bit both, or what is your rogue?
Was that to me or Marcus?
Kyle.
Oh, okay. Let me look.
Because it sounds like you've got because at least my running theory right now is Monk Druid sounds like that would be probably melee with some magic support going on. And then if the rogue that Kyle has is ranged, then that would give us some good skill versatility with the rogue, a little extra healing with the druid, and also some extra like melee with the monk combo. So that's basically us three would be an effective party then.
If John is actually playing, he mentioned to me that he was maybe going to do a druid if he played, but I don't know if he's playing.
Well, he put himself down as a maybe.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed to having like 2 druids.
That's true too. Kyle's very opposed to that, but yes, I mean that is completely fine.
Kyle, is it because we should have 3 druids because you're also playing as a druid?
We're all doing druids. You can't play your bard unless you do bard multi-classed into druid.
Well, I'm bard with a lot of druid spells, so I hope that counts.
It looks like I gave him dual wielding short swords, so he would be melee, and his his ranged attack is daggers. So
okay, I mean that would still probably work. I think it works unless I don't think Jess said dragons are super prevalent, so I think at the very least the rogue sounds like it would make more sense than like for the dragon empire when there is no dragons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jess, unless we can establish that like the storm is dragons, or like or like beyond the storm there's a continent of like, but I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know what's beyond the storm.
Yeah. But anyway, Kyle, just so you know, for my spell list right now, 0th level spell I have Druid craft first level spells. I have animal friendship and speak with animals.
Why?
I'm
Playing
basically
a
a
druid.
druid. Yeah.
Why are
See,
you playing a bard?
because I like all the abilities of bards and I like being skill monkeys.
Uh,
I can bardic inspiration people. What more do I need?
mm. Okay, let me look at the rogue subclasses, because I had made him originally a time thief, which is a homebrew subclass. Uh, but I'm playing a time wizard on Saturdays, so I don't know that I want two time subclasses. So let me check subclasses.
I'm kind of curious. What
Definitely,
because I've been playing Arcane Trickster, which has been
Mhm.
fun.
I don't want to play that myself.
Clearly, you should be a scout, and we should all be nature themed from the same village.
Oh, I don't know. This might work really well. So I was thinking about being like I said, I was gonna be like a jelly person. If I go with
Yeah.
if I go with the subclass of two goblins in a trench coat, I could be two mini jellies that could separate, and then I get the subclass features of the two goblins separating into two things. Only I could then be one jelly that separates into two jellies.
Why are you trying to play me?
What do you mean?
Two goblins in a trench coat. Come on.
That is a rogue subclass.
That's
It's
a
hilarious.
homebrew.
It's a homebrew, but it's real and it's balanced. It's got really high votes. The internet loves it. It's supposed to be a good, balanced, even subclass. So, but so I would be two jellies in a trench coat instead of two goblins in a trench coat. But yes, it's yeah. I think it's more like OP, not OP, RP than OP because like it doesn't actually give you anything that's that cool. Like too many hands, you have advantage on sleight of hand because you have extra hands. Panic. You can.
I have read the entire thing. I think Nick or Ben were in one of my one shots.
Yeah.
I let it happen because it was a one shot.
And this is a campaign that doesn't count either. Like
This is a mini campaign. Get out of here.
all right. I just thought it would go really well with the jelly, but I don't have to get two goblins of trench coat.
I mean, I supported it. Me?
I'm actually going to go on strike. You need me because you can't play with two people. And
Oh yes,
so...
I can. Oh yes, I can. I totally can play with two people. A very involved campaign with lots of NPCs.
I even think 3 is going to be. Do you guys think 3 will go okay?
Yeah, 3's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as people consistently show up, yeah, 3's good.
Okay.
Like I said, we can keep looking for new players, but I want, you know, I want people who are going to have fun, and I want people who I'm comfortable with, because I don't normally do fully made up things by myself. So this is kind of trial for me as well. I don't want someone to be like, you're shit!
Okay. Well, you'll be pleased to know that my character is not a shit stirrer.
No, I meant
She's-
Wes being like, this is shit. Like, what are we in a
no.
storybook?
So I won't do, if you don't want homebrew, I won't do a time thief either. I don't want to be a pirate. Don't want to be a soul knife. Jess, did you ever finish playing your Phantom? Indigo, right? Was your Phantom?
Yes, I didn't get a chance.
How far did you get as her?
Not very far, because every time I got her, the campaign shut down. I think she is cursed.
Okay.
Oh.
What level though? Did you ever like 4?
I don't.
5?
I have no
Oh.
idea, because I re-leveled her once I restarted her.
Okay. What did you think as in general though?
I mean, I liked her, but that doesn't mean that you'll like her.
Okay. Oh, I like this a lot. Whales from the Grave is awesome.
It is.
What is this?
It's under Phantom. It's a rogue thing. It's as you nudge someone closer to the grave, you can channel the power of death to harm someone else. Immediately after you roll your sneak attack damage to a creature on your turn, you can target a second creature within 30 feet. Roll half your sneak attack and do damage to the second creature. So you're doing 1.5 sneak attack dice when you activate this feature.
Nice.
And you can do it a number of times equal to your proficiency. So if you have a +4, for example, you can do it 4 times a day. I like that. That's a good one.
I mean, I'm still supporting, you take Scout, and we're just all from the same village.
I don't know what Scout does, but it just sounds unappealing. Like just the word Scout. And you know what? That's actually, now that I say it out loud, that's my biggest problem with rogue subclasses. They all sound lame not all of them, but like assassin, inquisitive, mastermind, scout, sniper, swashbuckler, thief. They literally just sound like regular people that shouldn't be in a magic world. Like they don't sound, to me, cool and epic. Like when you look at like sorcerer, it's like Phoenix, and like I can't think of any of the cool ones right now. They're just, every other subclass I feel like has like these epic titles in their subclasses. These are just regular jobs that exist in our world. You know what I mean?
I mean, to be fair, rogue is actually a pretty kind of like normal class. Same with fighter. Like,
No, even the fighter gets like Eldritch Knight, Echo Knight. You're right though. Some of them are lame too because they're just like I'm a this fighter or that fighter, and they're just fighters. Yeah.
What did Joe Cat say about like champion? I heard you like fighter, so we put more fighter in your fighter.
Yeah, exactly. Champion is a great example. Yeah, champion is literally just a fighter. Let's see.
Yeah, no. Scout is very much like you're based around mobility.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
I heard assassins do like extra damage, but like, isn't it only when you surprise?
None for you. You can't see it for a second.
Okay. If you get a high enough initiative, you have advantage on the attack roll because you go before them. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that's surprise a critical hit, but surprise rounds are so rare in 5e. Like, so rare.
Well, yeah.
Inquisitive. Just like a detective type thing. Yeah. Okay, back to Phantom. Let's keep reading that. I didn't mean to rail so hard against rogues. Anybody who likes rogues, I'm not anti-you.
Damn. Lamb is forever insulted.
Lamb has taken the one kind, like, Arcane Trickster makes sense, because it's a rogue with magic. That makes sense to me. I just wish they were all like that. I wish it was like, rogue, but this. Like, that's...
Souffle is only half offended because she's rogue wizard.
Yes. Okay.
Even Death Strike is kind of awful for assassins. I'm reading this.
Ooh, that's good.
I mean, I like Imposter and all that, but yeah, I kind of agree with you, Kyle. Surprise isn't something that happens like a crazy amount of the time.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, I guess there would be things that you could do to increase that, like if you like multi-classed, or if you had another character that could cast invisibility on you or something. Like if there were things that could increase your likelihood of getting in and doing the first stab unnoticed, then maybe. But a lot of the times, if you're invading a base, the people in the base know that your group is there. So like, yeah.
Let's see.
Ooh. Okay. We gonna be making stuff.
I think the best thing about rogues is they get the do all rogues get the thing that Lamb has where you just get 10s from now on?
Yes, I believe that's just a base thing for rogues.
Yeah. That has fucked me over many a time now.
It's so nice. Reliable talent, yeah, that's just the base. That's just a
Okay.
base feature of rogues. Any ability check that you have proficiency bonus in, you treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10 instead.
Okay.
And you're a fucking god with skills, so yeah.
Yeah, I might do a jelly phantom.
Ooh. Does your character constantly wiggle from all the spirits poking you?
Oh yeah.
You're just
Is
the
that
jiggliest of jello molds.
well, I'm wondering if it's like Ghostbusters style, Ghostbuster 2, where the jelly is a ghost. You know what I mean? Oh, Wes walked away.
Still here. I'm
Oh,
listening.
okay. But yeah, in Ghostbusters 2, the jelly was ghosts. And so maybe I'm a jelly person and like, am I also a ghost? But yeah.
Your ectoplasm.
I'm living ectoplasm. Yes.
I like that idea.
Jess, can I be living ectoplasm if I'm a jelly person who's a phantom rogue? Like I want to be like a ghost kind of thing. Just as flavor for the whole being a phantom rogue and a jelly.
I mean, I don't know about that, guys.
Okay. Okay.
Aw. Aw.
Okay.
Sorry.
Here's what I'm wondering though. I think I probably want to create a new rogue as opposed to wiping out my time thief water genasi rogue. Yeah. So I'll create a new rogue.
It sounds like we're all going to be animal people.
Good.
I'm not an animal person at all. What do you mean?
Oh, when you say jelly, I thought I imagined you as like a jellyfish person or a slime person.
No,
or
like
something.
literally a blob. Like just a blob of goo.
Green oozes are still kind of they're very
Green oozes are
Based
animals? Is that what you were gonna say?
what?
Green oozes don't have a vertebra, a skeleton, a stomach. Like they are not. Okay.
They follow that base instinct that kind of puts them on like animal tier.
Oh yes, if you're talking about just like animalistic and like mentality, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me
Oozes are there to consume.
build a new character. I'm going rogue.
Dun, 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 dun. Going rogue, huh?
Yeah, because I didn't get to play again. Then again, technically, Rogue is the only character I've played till 20 because Admiral Nardoharks got to 20. So it's like, although it was a mini campaign, so. See, the second I sold myself on it, I'm now having second thoughts. God damn it.
Yeah, if you've already played a rogue to level 20, I'd say play something else.
It was a fast 20, though. It was like, we went like 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. You know what I mean? Like, it was, yeah.
That was during that evil campaign.
Yeah. Jess, are you going to aim for this to go 20?
I'm neither confirming nor denying the amount of levels we are going in this.
But that'll help my decision.
And it loosey goosey.
All right, what am I currently playing? I don't have an artificer. I don't have a barbarian. I have a bard. I don't have a blood hunter. I don't have a cleaner. I have a druid. I have a fighter. No, there's too many. There's too many for me to do it that way. That's a bad idea. Because I have 5 characters, but 13 minus 5 is still 8, so that's not helpful.
Play a warlock.
My first character ever was a warlock, and I only got to 13, so that is actually a fair option. Let's look at warlock subclasses.
You mean packs?
Yeah. Same thing. Uh,
Genie Pact. You are a warlock of an Airjin known as Gazra Azam.
yes, I'm just going to play Sendu. I'm going to just play Sendu.
Like, how the hell did I get here?
All right.
To do a fathomless one that's tied to the storm. I don't know about. I mean, what sort of extra planar stuff goes on in your world, Jess? Are there fae? Are there angels? Are there devils or anything like that? Like, how does warlock fit into your world?
I would say that there's still going to be the pantheon of gods and stuff if you want. I think that obviously they would have had to have contact you as magic has become. So you've just become known of them. Doesn't mean they haven't always been here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not limiting you on stuff like that.
Oh my god, this is so hard.
I know.
Say, while Wes is thinking, I'm gonna annoy him. So,
Well, I'm thinking. I've already made my character.
I know.
I'm good to go.
You look
Let's
like you were
dance.
concentrating
Yeah,
very
he's done.
hard. What is the ideal time slot for you? Because I would...
Like it.
You go first. I did
Okay.
ask.
Yeah, like I said, like 7 p.m. EST would be great. Because normally I go to bed at like 9:30ish, which ends up. Well, I guess technically for you guys it would be 10:30 your time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I wake up around 7 your time. So, that'd be great. But I also am aware that I think you normally go to bed fairly early.
And I say I would prefer to be over by 9, so that would only leave us a 2-hour window.
If we do
Yeah.
If we did it at 7. Could we do like a 6:30 to 9?
I'd
Or-
say let's just leave it at 6. I'll be fine. That's not a big deal. I can go to sleep a little earlier
Okay.
than usual. Yeah, I'd prefer more game time. So
Okay.
6 is good.
All right.
We'll stick with 6.
And are you okay with that as well, Marcus?
Yeah, I'm pretty cool with that. My Wednesdays at the moment aren't really that busy in the afternoon.
Okay. All right. Good.
I hope I didn't just jinx myself.
You better not.
right.
Oh my gosh,
I'll be playing all the characters. It'll be just me and Wes.
Yep.
RPing back and forth.
Yep.
You've always
Your
wanted
character-
just a one-on-one campaign, haven't you, Wes? Just spend more
yeah.
time with Jess.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Level 8, I'm
Right.
taking the chef feat, and the RP just becomes me baking things, giving them to people.
Noise.
Jess, you know what might work really well?
Mm.
So, I don't know if I care about these though, but it could be good, really good flavor. I don't know. There is a thing for sorcerer called the clockwork magic, and the idea is that you see like the clockwork and the gears and the gizmos in the universe, like you see how the universe goes together. But like in a world where like technology doesn't exist anymore, I wonder if like, you know, if that could be good flavor because, I don't know. I kind of lost my speed there.
Your magic is tied a bit to the new burgeoning technology that's being
Yes,
used.
exactly. It's based on the old technology, but like any new technology would be. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I got you, fam. I really like the Clockwork Soul Sorcerer. it's a neat thing. I like inevitables, so anything that's like even remotely connected to inevitables, I'm just like, yes.
It's 100% like it looks like more of a support sorcerer based on what I'm seeing.
Or Kyle, hear me
Uh-huh.
out here. Wild magic.
Wild magic sorcerer. I have played a wild magic barbarian, but let me look at the wild magic sorcerer. I actually found the wild magic sorcery to be a little underwhelming in that it only happens on a nat 1. Like, and so like that's, I don't know. So it doesn't happen on cantrips, it only happens on spells, and then it only happens on a nat 1 on those spells. So if I cast like a couple spells a day and I don't get any nat 1s, here's a great example. Krasafir. Krasafir is a wild magic sorcerer, and he's been with us for like 5 sessions at this point, and we haven't seen any crazy magic stuff happen. So
I mean, are you not using Tides of Chaos? Because it says right there that the first time after you cast a spell after using Tides of Chaos, you roll on the Wild Magic Surge table.
wait, let me see this. Going at first level, you can really the horse's chest. Anytime where you gain the use of space with DM, have your own.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mark has not used that once. Mark has never used that.
That's Mark's own problem.
I didn't know that existed because I've been only DMing the wild magic for Mark. I didn't know that. Okay, wait a second here. So you get advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. That's okay. So once a day, and then it's a guaranteed wild magic. Okay.
As long as your GM's nice. Technically, your GM's like, no, you never get to roll for Wild Magic Surge. Fuck you.
I
Because
need
it's
to
a
send
can.
Mark that. I gotta be like, Mark, you need to be using your Tides of Magic more. Tides of Chaos.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that I know that
I mean-
exists, that does make me feel better.
Not only that, but like it lets you gain advantage on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. You should
Yeah.
absolutely be using that. Like,
Yeah.
like you're attacking with a spell you really want to hit. Tides of Chaos time.
Yeah.
Like,
Does it ever increase? No, it's always just once per long rest. It never increases.
yeah.
So that's one
I mean-
down. Oh wait, right here. Right here. Anytime before you regain the use of this feature, DM can have you roll the magic table immediately after you cast a sorcerer spell, first level or higher, and then I would regain the use of the feature. So you can use it more than once, provided the wild magic happens.
Well, which it would. So. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, that's kind of up to the G. I would say that.
Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm reading this incredibly wrong. Okay. Tides of Chaos happens when you activate it. There's no penalty then and there. When you wake up in the morning, that's when you get it, because it says you get it at dawn when you finish a long rest. So when you wake up, the DM has you roll Magic Surge. When you cast the first spell, then you regain the use of the feature.
Okay.
But you
I'm
also okay.
Welcome by.
So yeah, it's basically it's still after you cast a spell of first level or higher, but you either regular Magic Surge would be on a nat 1, Tides of Chaos Magic Surge is the next day after Tides of Chaos is used.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like someone's going wild magic sorcerer.
It's a possibility. I am also going to message Mark and let him know that he should be let him know that he should be using Tides of Chaos.
Yeah. I mean, it's still only once a day, but that's still a guaranteed use of.
It's
wild
guaranteed
magic.
once a day, and then your maybes on the nat 1s. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get regular sorcery points, meta magic's regular. What else do you get? Bend luck. Creature
And what? How long have you guys been playing that campaign?
Which one?
The one where Mark is playing a wild magic
No,
sorcerer.
it's Candlekeep, Krasafir.
Oh crap! Oh well, he hasn't been playing all that often, and he hasn't showed up to that many sessions.
Feel like maybe. I feel like he's been to most of the ones inside this dungeon.
Yeah, that's like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah. I still thought it was weird that over the course of 3 or 4 sessions, no wild magic. But
It's only a 5% chance. Like,
Okay.
Statistically, you're gonna have to cast 20 spells before you encounter one wild magic
That's
effect.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I like 14th level. Whenever you roll wild magic, you can roll twice and then choose the one. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. That's real good.
Oh, this is pretty neat. It's like a type of crit because like spellcasters don't. I mean, they get crits when they roll damage, but beginning at 18th level, when you roll damage for a die, if any of the die rolled are the highest number, you can then roll it again and add it. So you could basically get double of one of your die hypothetically. That's neat.
Yeah.
All right, I could be. I've always liked wild magic sorcerer. Yeah. And I have been wanting to, okay, so then I need to pick a race then, because I've never played a sorcerer really, because the one time I tried playing a sorcerer, we made it to like level 2 or 3, and then the campaign stopped. So I've never played a real sorcerer, so I would like that. Okay, so I am locking in sorcerer. I am most likely locking in wild magic, so I'm excited about it. What race? Hippo?
That's an option.
Yeah, it's so it's in the Unearthed Arcana that came out for the Multiverse of the Men. So there's GIF. GIF is what they're called. That's the same place they added jelly people, they added monkey people, and they added insect people.
Oh, neat.
Monkey person could be good.
Well,
Let me look up what they're called. So this was the GIF UA. GIF was added in what Unearthed Arcana? Travelers of the Multiverse. I look at Travelers of the Multiverse.
Oh, also, Jess,
Yes.
since we're starting at a 3rd level, are we getting any extra gold or anything like that from base starting equipment?
Oops, I hit exit. I'll give you. You can have standard equipment,
Why not have GIF as an option? Oh, I gotta turn. Homebrew.
and I'll give you like 10 extra gold
10 extra gold?
besides
What
what,
was the
your
first
starting is.
I heard 10 extra gold. What was the first part?
Starting equipment.
Okay.
Can I use that 10 gold to immediately buy a shield?
Yes, you may.
Yay!
So as a GIF, I would be humanoid medium, walking. I get a swim speed.
My AC isn't atrocious.
Hooray, we're all gonna be animal people.
I'm not sold on it. 'Cause I'm looking at like their racial abilities. They're not great, but it would still be fun to be a hippo person, maybe. I'm thinking about it. It's on the
I'm
list.
trying to make a map, and there are not many desert-like things for me to do here.
Here we are. The monkey people. Is that what these are?
Monkey.
Yeah. Hadozi. The Hadozi are simian creatures. Let's see, what do they have? They have a glide because they have like sugar glider, flying squirrel type things under their arms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I can use my trunk to lift up 70 pounds of objects.
Well, now I'm not gonna feel bad about choosing Kitsune as my race.
Yeah, don't.
We do have to see if the UA Kitsune is balanced, but yeah, they're cool.
Yes, we should all be animal people. Turn this into Redwall.
Kitsune.
I heard Redwall.
Yep.
I love me some Redwall.
I know I posted it to. I think I posted it in Kyle's Discord. about the 5th Ed campaign setting that's basically Redwall. That
Yes.
looks awesome.
Oh, and I forgot. I already proofread Kitsune because Sachi in the Friday game is a Kitsune. So yeah, the Kitsune that on here is good. It's not OP. Let's see. I don't know. I still like the idea of being a jelly. I'm still drawn back to that jelly. It's called a plasmoid.
I know. The jelly option is very strong. I understand. Whenever Lamb dies, I'm gonna embrace that.
Oh yeah, you're turning into a jelly. You have to. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to kill Lamb on purpose.
Oh, you monster. I need to work on making sure the jelly is just a mirror image of Lamb. That's what I'm working on.
0%. It's not.
I'm grooming him, okay?
I love that Lamb was like, "Oh, so if I swallow this, I basically get a second life," and we're like, "Yeah," and then you're like, "Not at all. You turn into the jelly. The jelly gets your life. Like this is a parasite, not a symbiote."
Oh, I'm gonna work on him. I'm working on him, Kyle. Kyle, he's gonna become a symbiote. He's gonna be living the Lamb life. Or so help me, I'm gonna find magic.
The lamb life.
So it describes the GIF as being very accident prone. I like the idea of somebody who's both physically accidental and also because he's a wild magic sorcerer, he's magical accidental. So that seems like a good idea.
Oh, are these motherfuckers from Starjammer? I just saw a
Yeah.
picture of them. Okay. Good. Bring back Starjammer.
Yeah, I think this whole UA is because they're going to do Spelljammer at some point in 2022.
Yeah, Spelljammer, not Starjammer.
Yeah.
Good, as they should.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Okay, vote. Should I do Hippo or should I do Jelly? Wes and Marcus.
No jelly. Stop trying to be a jelly.
I was gonna say hippo.
Hippo, Wes.
Uh,
I do like the anthro idea. We're all anthros. I like that.
Are you super opposed to plasmoid, Jess?
I just don't know where it would come from unless because it's not like biochemical sludge. You know what I mean?
Well, I can tell you where they come from in D&D. Space.
Well, we ain't here with space.
Well, no, that's what I was gonna say. Are there no aliens? There couldn't be like a meteor that crashed, and I was on that meteor or something. Like that's not a thing. I can't be Kal-El of Aeaea.
I think you're trying too hard, Kyle.
I'm just saying because like if I were to play like a Gith have to come from space. Well, not have to, but their ancestry's from space. So
I mean that's if they're the traditional GIF, but this is Jess's world where hippo people have always been a thing.
Oh
clearly.
no, sorry, not GIF, GIFF, GITH, Gith Yankee and Gith Sarai. They're from space. But
yeah, but we're talking about GIF.
Yes, GIF are. I'm just saying there are various races that are from space, and you just change it so they're not. For example, if I were to play,
maybe Gith and them aren't in Jess's world.
She said all. That's the thing. Jess started by saying all the races were here, so that's.
I didn't want to limit you, but I also don't want you to.
Like, there's Dragonborn. Why couldn't there be a Plasmoid village? That's the thing I don't get. Is like you're saying it because they're jelly, therefore they're foreign. But like I see no reason why hippo people would be any more normal than dragon people would be any more normal than jelly people. Like they're all D&D fantasy creatures on your continent.
Because in my mind, jellies are like they would be like a hybrid from some kind of like nuclear meltdown or something.
No, not in the slightest. Not at all. I mean, you could if that's what you wanted.
In this world.
Oh, okay. I'm imagining more like
this world.
Jess, I'm imagining Globular Slosh. You're the NPC you played. Remember her?
I understand. I know what they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if hippo people work more, then I go with hippo people. Damage dealer is really strong ability though at level 1. I'll say that. I mean, for what little I know about 5th edition, that seems pretty strong.
What does?
Like, damage dealer. Once per round, when you roll a 1 on a damage die melee attack, you can re-roll the die and use the new result.
I mean, doesn't halflings have a similar thing?
I don't think so. Or hold on, let me look at it. Because I'm pretty sure there's some.
What I will say is, I will never remember to use it because I played a halfling, and there's that thing where if you roll a 1 or a 2 as a halfling, I never did it.
Well, that's a you
Hold on.
problem.
Yeah, obviously.
How does that work? There's no way. There's got to be a limit to that.
What are you talking about?
Lucky, the halfling feature.
What's it say? What's it say? Read it, please.
So I was looking at the wiki dot,
Okay.
and what it says is when you roll a 1 on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll the die. You must use the new result, even if it's a 1.
Yeah.
There's no limit.
No limit on that. You can do it every turn, all the time. Yep.
So essentially, you can
But not
almost
over
never
and over
bot.
and over and over and over again in the same turn.
No, only once per turn. Yes. And if you attack 4 times that turn, you can only do it on one of your 4 attacks. Yeah. But it's not on the attack roll; it's on the damage die. So you 100% you would roll a 1, then you re-roll the damage die, and if you roll the 1 again, you have to keep it. But if you roll a 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, that's better.
God.
But yeah, that's a
Lucky
thing.
Lucky is broke.
Yeah, people like halflings for that reason.
A lot of DMs choose not
No,
to use
Jess,
it.
you're thinking of the lucky feat that DMs ban. No DMs ban halflings. Halflings have lucky, not the lucky feat.
There are probably some somewhere that do that.
Okay, but that's not what you were thinking of. The thing that DMs are constantly criticizing vocally all the time on both the internet and in real life, that's the lucky feat. Halfling lucky is just a thing that
I
people
know
like.
what they are. I know what the difference is.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yes, I don't think so. Damage dealer, I think, is basically just lucky reflavored. Is that true?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh, I'm just boggled that halflings have lucky. That makes them incredibly powerful.
Wait! Why is that big of a deal? You just you just slightly increase your damage. So instead of getting, like, let's say your damage is a D4 plus 2. So you roll a 1, that would be 3 damage. You then re-roll it, you get a 3. That's now 5 damage. You're only increasing it by even the swing of a die. If you have a D10, you could go from a 1 to a 10. That's plus 9 damage. But that's
no. I'm just stuck on halfling lucky now, and I'm just boggled that you basically have a class feature that's no limit. If I botch a roll, I can essentially be like, "Oh, nah," once a turn.
It's not botch a roll. It's only on the damage. It's not on the attack roll.
I'm not talking about GIF, Kyle. I'm talking about halfling.
No, neither am I. Lucky, the halfling one is also not. 1 second. Halfling lucky is not for the roll itself. 1 second. Halfling luck.
It is. What else would it be for?
1 second. Oh, okay. Well, let me find it here.
It's for attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws.
Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing, but you can use it.
Yeah, I'm just kind of boggled that there's no limit to that.
Uh,
I mean, granted, it doesn't come up that often, but basically, yeah, you're like negating a crit fail. Like, anytime you potentially roll that, which is so good. Damn, I need to play more halflings. Like, shit.
Huh. So I was thinking of something different.
Yeah, I mean, since Lucky's a thing, yeah, damage dealer's not exactly that crazy. So, yeah.
What I was thinking of was, what is the fighter thing that says that if they roll, is that Great Weapon Master?
I don't know. I don't know enough about 5th Ed.
Okay, wait.
Fighter. What's the thing for fighters?
There's a thing where if you roll a 1 or 2 on the damage die, you can re-roll the damage die.
It does look like it's Great Weapon Master, because that's the thing that came up to me. Right.
No, it's not. I checked. Fighter reroll damage. What am I thinking of? Great weapon fighting style. It's the great weapon fighting style. That's actually what I was thinking of instead of lucky. When I said lucky for halfling, that wasn't even what I meant. Because the great weapon fighting style is this: when you roll a 1 or 2 on a damage die, you make with a melee weapon. You can re-roll it and then take the new roll. So for fighters, have the same ability as the hippo. Basically, the fighter can do it on a 1 or a 2. The hippo can do it on a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Kyle.
Yeah.
Halfling fighter, great with the great weapon fighting specialty.
Yeah, because then you could re-roll both your regular rolls and your damage dice. Yeah, that is 100% correct.
And then you take the lucky feat because you're a monster.
And then you subclass into like a divination wizard or something, and then you never roll bad things ever.
Yeah. Rolling poorly is for suckers.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I played I played a halfling ranger as my like Fusvajar is my DMPC. In this campaign, my halfling ranger was a DMPC. I never used his lucky because I always forgot it existed the whole campaign. We made it to like level 15 or whatever, and I just completely forgot lucky was a thing the whole entire time. Yeah. Jess, I posted a picture into the Discord.
Wrong one.
Good plasmoid.
Do you see the picture?
Hold on.
Okay.
What are you trying to prove to me?
I see no reason why that couldn't exist in your world. See no reason. That 100% looks like a natural creature at the fair, like or the farm or whatever. At the whatever. What do you call it? Town square market.
You're being a pain in my ass.
I don't even want to.
You are. You're just arguing
No.
until you get what you want. So go ahead and be it. And let's just end this.
Oh, that wasn't what I was going to say. I was going to say I don't even necessarily want to be a plasmoid that bad, but the fact that you said no makes me want to be it even more. Is like the idea.
See, Kyle. What Kyle's saying he's going to play that, but what he's actually going to end up playing is this big old titty slime girl. Don't believe him. Don't believe him, Jess.
Amazing.
Well, that's the thing too, Jess. You said it was through evolution, so 100%. I could just like monkeys turn into humans and like lizards turn into lizard folk. 100% and pandas turn into panda folk.
Primordial ooze becomes a being. It does not continue to be an ooze.
But yes, it would. An alligator sees an alligator.
I'm not going to keep arguing with you.
Okay.
Stop, please.
Okay.
Be a GIF. Just be the hippo person.
Marcus, you said you might be an animal. What animal were you thinking?
I said I was probably gonna be a kitsune.
You said kitsune, right.
Yes.
So even more so, if we go GIF, we're not just all animals. We're all mammals. Like we are. I do like that idea.
Yes, I'm just letting you know. If anyone else joins, they have to. Play
I mean, yeah, if that is, I will do that. Like 100. If John comes out, like John, you got to play an animal person. So.
I know you're playing Aeaea in the other game, but you got to be another animal person. How about Haragon?
Ooh,
or Aeaea.
Out of the three out of our Kitsune and our Loxodon, do either of you have dark vision?
Yeah, the Kitsune has dark vision.
I have the light spell. Does that count?
Because GIF would not have dark vision, so we'd want at least one character that. Oh, if I'm going to be I'm not a rogue anymore. I'm a sorcerer, so it doesn't actually matter if I can see in the dark really as much. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be a GIF. That sounds fun. Like I said, I like the idea of being accident prone, and it's funny though because gifts are strong creatures, and I'm playing a fucking sorcerer, so my strength will be a -8
It
or an
doesn't
8 anyway.
matter. You could just be weak for that. Like you were born different.
I love that there's in the race description for GIF
Uh huh.
the fact that like the picture file name or image file name, there's the GIF are split into two camps on how their name is pronounced.
Really? What are the two pronunciations?
Half of them say it with a hard G, half with a soft G.
Oh, like GIF and GIF. Okay.
Yes.
Just like in real life.
Yep. Exactly. I can almost guarantee that someone did that because of that.
Because of that. Yeah.
Joke. Need that joke in there, but it's a good joke.
Okay, I'm going to lock in GIF, and I'm going to build my sorcerer. Sorcerer should be good at charisma. Oh, I can't just choose charisma twice, duh. Just make it charisma.
Can you?
All right, so let's open up the character builder. All right, Marcus, you're the last one. Kitsune, what? What's your class?
Okay, so let's see. One of you is being support, one of you is being a magic user.
Yeah.
So that
Melee.
means I either have to be straight melee, or like a melee tank, or like a Gish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gish wouldn't be terrible. That would help augment my healing if you wanted to do that. I still kind of support you doing the monk druid thing. I think that would work pretty well.
Let's see. So I'm going wild magic.
The monk druid.
Yeah.
Alright, well if I go monk druid Gish, I would have to choose Circle of Spores as my
Ooh,
subclass.
Circle of Spores is cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I like Circle of Spores. That's a fun one.
Jess,
Yes.
you can't tell us what level we're going to, but
No.
no, I know. That's why there's a but. But can you tell us if multi-classing is a viable option, you think, in your...
Hey, Kyle, I can't tell you how far we're going to go because I honestly don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Because I would hate to be like, okay, I'm going to multi-class 5 and 4, but like we never get to 9, and therefore there's but
So don't plan that far ahead.
yeah. So yeah, because we're only level 3, I don't know that you're going to multi-class at 3. I guess you could do 1 and 2, or 2 and 1. Okay, so I already knew that strength would be a dump stat.
Yes. Song of Rest. Played lovingly on the bagpipes.
Mm-hmm. Definitely need charisma. Full points in charisma.
What do you mean I can't customize Origin as a Kitsune? Okay, fine.
Oh, because it's a homebrew. You can't customize origins for homebrews. I have the same problem with a GIF because it's a UA, so it doesn't exist really yet. So you do have to use the standard Kitsune build.
Let's see. Your charisma score increases by 2, and your dexterity score increases by 1. But I'm gonna be using my wisdom stat.
Yeah.
14 in wisdom will get you where you're going.
You can also... you can get a 15 in wisdom just using your... if you use point buy. So that just means that you don't have to put anything into... You don't have to put as much into dex or charisma because you already get it from your class. You can still get up to a high wisdom with your ASIs or your AS. I think I just need Dex, Con, and Charisma. Yeah. I always min max. It might be a bad choice, but that's how I do it.
Got. So my stats are 14 strength, 13 dex, 14 con, 10 and 10, 11 wisdom, and 14 charisma. I'm pretty balanced actually. I'm content with what I've got going on. 4th level, I plan on taking moderately armored, so that way I can use medium armor. And that'll bring my dexterity up to a 14. 8th level, I think I'm actually going to take chef. Because I like the concept of baking cookies for y'all. And then you guys get temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And bake so many confectionaries.
Is Dex, or if I had to pick a second highest one, because this is my highest, do you think Dex or Con is more important? Because I know Con is your HP, and Dex is your AC. So, which?
It kind of depends how you're building your character. You said, what's your class again? Sorcerer?
Yeah.
I'd probably say Dex is a little bit more important than Con.
Okay.
I mean, Con's not something you should throw by the wayside, but you're gonna not have much for armor wise, so
Yeah.
every little bit of Dex you can get is important.
Okay. There's that. My stats are going to be 8, 16, 15, 8, 8, 17.
Alright.
I'm a weak. But then I'm weak, dumb, and yeah, I'm just weak and dumb.
Yeah.
I see nothing wrong with this.
Yeah.
I can't see how this could possibly backfire.
I think I'm accidentally making like a Mr. Magoo sorcerer is what I've just done. I think is what I'm doing here. Oh, this is actually real dumb. Real dumb. I'm never going to be able to use this. Damage dealer is only on melee.
Yeah.
I thought it was on any attack roll.
Oh no, it's only melee.
I'm never going to do melee. Like, ever.
Oh. Unfortunate.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a plasmoid.
It's too late. You
It's definitely
already
not
locked
too late.
it in.
Be a Haragon. Do it. Be a rabbit.
We have a gun on my Tuesday game.
Oh, damn.
I'm a bunny monk.
Could be a turtle. How are turtles?
Well, let me look at sorcerer spells and see if there's any melee ones.
They do get Booming Blade and Green Flame Blade.
I don't want those.
I see how it is.
Kyle is such a baby.
But
What should my background be? Maybe Hermit?
Hermie.
Shocking Grasp is melee. So that's not terrible, but I have to be within melee range, which I don't want to be. because I'm a weak soft boy. I guess it's not the worst thing if I just have a racial feature I can't use, but it just feels bad.
Yeah.
Jess, please homebrew this for me. Fix it. I've trained in many ways, and now
You guys take forever to decide anything.
I already made my character. I don't know what the problem is.
I mean, this is my first time making a character within the confines of an unestablished world.
yeah.
It's
I'm more yelling at Kyle than you guys.
Yeah. Not in trouble.
Well, I came in here just thinking I would use one of my pre-build characters, and then the more I thought about it, I'm like, I don't want to play any of these.
That's okay. It's giving me time to create my map for you guys.
I mean, honestly, the hardest thing for me is probably trying to find a good picture for my character. That's not, that's not lewd because it's a Kitsune.
Yeah. I can see that being a problem.
That's funny. I'm going to specifically look for a lewd hippo.
You can find it, I can guarantee it.
Oh, yeah.
The furry
Oh.
community is strong in that regard.
I only have one sentence for you. Uh-oh, it looks like Moto likes you. I like them big. I like them chunky.
Amazing.
It's a shame we'll never get another Madagascar movie.
Bard. Is Bard charisma as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am good at the persuasion game.
Okay.
And intimidate.
Mm-hmm. What about
And-
deception?
I mean, deception and intimidate are both the same. It's a +3. My
Okay.
persuasion's a +6. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at. I also have a good nature check as well.
I guess since I made myself dumb, I'm gonna put stuff into like Arcana and stuff, so I can at least like my proficiency will help with my base negative.
And immediately rolled a 2 on my nature check. I'm rocking it.
And go with insight. Yeah, let's go insight. So I get magic. I went with mild magic. Yeah. And I get sorcery points. Think I like Twin Spell and Quicken Spell the best myself. Ooh, that might work out. When you cast a spell that targets only one creature, doesn't have range itself, you could... Wait, does that count for, like, ones that make attack rolls? So if I use, like, Shocking Grasp, could I twin spell that and Shocking Grasp twice?
Not the same thing.
But yeah, two different creatures. Huh.
So thunderclap, where you smack your ass cheek.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand some of these homebrew things for the Kitsune, like the one that says you could turn into a fox, but you can only transform into a fox once. Is that once per
day.
rest? Once per day? Okay. I'm like, that's so weird.
As far as I'm reading it, Kyle, yeah, you could twin spell Shocking Grasp to target another creature nearby. So you could hit 2 people with Shocking Grasp at the same time.
What is... Oh shit! Distance spell. When you cast a spell that has a range of touch, you can spend 1 sorcery point to make the range of the spell 30 feet. But that doesn't work because, like, a spell like Shocking Grasp doesn't have a range of touch, right? It's like 5 feet. What is Shocking Grasp? Shocking Grasp is. Oh no, it is touch. Yeah.
Cool.
So I could do, if I use distance spell, I could do it from a distance.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I mean, that would at least let you use it. Yeah.
I could shock creatures up to 30 feet away. And because it's still a melee attack, technically, it would still trigger my thing. Yeah. That's interesting. Something
Melee spell attacks count as melee attacks?
I would imagine. But it doesn't say weapon attack, it just says melee attack. Most things that mean weapon attack would say weapon attack, I believe.
Here, I'm gonna look it up. Yes, melee spell attacks are melee attacks, at least
Okay.
according to this forum I googled.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you can also get vampiric touch at later levels.
Mm-hmm.
And then use distance spell on that.
Mm-hmm.
That actually works. So just take distance spell, and then you can use your melee touch, melee attacks at range.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, when you want the beak damage.
And then I would take probably Quicken, because I like the idea of turning things from actions to bonus actions.
My hands are so cold. Alright, I'm getting there.
What's Heighten do? What makes it harder for them to pass? Empowered?
Okay, you know what? At first, I thought I was just gonna remake the character sheet from scratch, but nope. I just decided to just import the monk droid I already made, and then just turn that into a kitsune.
Monks are wisdom? Oh, only if there's like spells or something, but in general it's dex and, yeah, my bad, strength, yeah.
Change the background because you're no longer a faction agent. There are no factions in a post-apocalyptic world, I assume.
I mean, I'm part of a faction. Followers of the Green Path.
No, you are part of a cult.
Yeah, that counts as a faction.
So there's definitely chances, like I said, there are different, those with power have different, are trying to take over and stuff. So there could be factions if you so choose.
I never even thought of using it this way. Haste or polymorph twin spelled?
I mean, would you... Oh yeah, haste only targets one person, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You could twin haste. That would actually be really nice.
Yeah. Oh, right here. The sorcery point cost scales with the spell level.
Yeah.
Okay. You also can't twin spell things like Green Flame Blade.
Oh, really?
Because apparently since the Green Flame Blade, the spell part is after the attack, like the melee attack happens, and since you can't twin the melee attack, you also can't twin the effect.
Aw.
Yeah. God, I've been over my head. I feel like it's just too much stuff. Jess,
Yeah.
since this is all just make believe and pretend, if I choose meta magics and then I hate them, can I please change them?
What do you mean by if I hate them?
So I'm thinking I'm going to take distance and quickened. But the distant is like more of an experiment because I think I really want to go with twinned. Ideally, I want to go twinned and quickened, but I want to try distant. But I might not find it very useful, and so I'm asking if I can try distant, and then if I hate it, switch to twinned.
I think you gotta kind of pick one, Kyle.
Okay. No, I only ask because some DMs will be like, on a level up, if you pick something and then you end up not liking it one session later, you can still switch it because you're within like the exchange period.
Exchange
But-
period. This isn't Target. I just think that's a pretty big part of your character.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a simple spell that
Exactly,
you
which
change.
is why if I pick it and then I hate it, I don't want to be stuck with it forever. Because it's a big part of my character.
And I say, but other characters have to pick big things and stick
I
with
think
it.
they should also be able to switch if they hate it. That's my point. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go with Quicken and Twinned. Play it safe. Because I know I like them. Okay. Alrighty. So...
All right. I gotta come up with a name because her name will not be Gelato. But I still want to keep you on theme.
Will anybody else have Mage Hand?
Your mom. Pretty sure.
Mage Hand is always useful.
Think I've overdone this a bit. Oh well. Good enough. Okay. My fingies are cold.
I just need to pick spells and stuff, and I want to have dinner. We would end in like half an hour anyway, so
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to stick to the same amount of time. I just was...
I think we all have a good basis on what we're doing. Oh, how do we know each other? That's a good point. How do we know each other?
I have not come up with a backstory yet.
Well, my thing is I've started recently exploring. So either you're from my village or you're someone that I'm going to encounter as I'm, learning about the world.
Maybe I was like kicked out of like my magic school because I'm accident prone and I kept blowing things up. And so, I wouldn't mind just meeting people on the road because of that.
Yeah. I'll accept you for who you are.
You assume that there's a big magic school.
No, I don't mean like a big magic school. Even if it was just like some dude who was teaching me magic, who's like the town.
Then it wouldn't be a school. It'd have to be someone you've convinced to teach you magic because it's people with magic who are controlling things. So you have
here's what I would say is
kiss
that
a lot of butt.
sorcerers magic runs in their family, so it could just be like my grandfather. You know what I mean, or my uncle. You know what I mean?
Can I make a suggestion?
What's up?
So sorcerer's magic is innate. Like you just
Yeah.
kind of like learn it through trial and error.
Like
Or
I said,
just
like
gut
it runs in
feeling.
the family. Yeah.
So you could have been kicked out of your village or whatever due to like you're even a wild magic sorcerer, so your magic is remarkably unpredictable and you're like made of just accident prone. So yeah, they're like, yeah, you gotta go. You're breaking everything. You need to stop.
Yes. So I come from a hippo village, and I broke a bunch of shit, and so my village cast me out. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Marcus, when you come up with your Kitsune backstory, message us or put it in the Discord or whatever, because we just need to tie that up.
Okay.
Where would I be from is my last thing then. I'll figure that out. But, okay. I'm going to end the stream.
Okay.
Have a good night.
All right. I'm almost done with my map. I'll save this and finish it up. If anyone wants to look at the stream, you'll see the map almost done. Yay!
Woo.
Right.
Nice.
Bye.
All right. So, for the next week, we want to send me your backstories, so I can start building a quest for you guys to figure out how you meet, or you can tell me where you guys are going to meet, and then we'll go from there. Maybe in like a port town or something like that. So yeah, we have within the next week. Please send it to me, and we'll meet up in 2 weeks for our first session.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. I know we're doing... Okay, because bi-weekly starting now. Gotcha. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
because we're going opposite of JJ's.
That makes sense, yeah. That is the 27th. Okay.
All right. Awesome.